Gary.
Daria, have you guys mentioned it's raining?
It is raining.
Okay.
It is raining, and so hopefully you're weathering the storm okay this morning.
Well,
sir.
I just got out of bed. I'm going to go out and face it in a few minutes, but somehow I'll make it. And I'll, of course, have a mobile app with me at all times.
Excellent. All right. So what do you think of the news with the A's signing one of the sluggers that knocked them out of the postseason and then who, you know, almost won at least Game 2 in the World Series against the San Francisco Giants?
Do you know what his nickname is?
Country Breakfast.
Thank you for that.
Well, I love nicknames.
Yeah, no, I don't know if Billy Butler, he's a good hitter, one of those guys, not really a fielder. In fact, he didn't have a position when the World Series was at AT&T Park.
Right.
It's just something about Country Breakfast in the Bay Area. He's got to change his name.
You think so? I mean, we don't like who doesn't like a hearty, meaty breakfast? You know, something that sticks to your ribs.
It's raining.
No. All right.
When it's raining like this, all I can think about is just getting out on the road.
Okay, what about forget our rain, the snow and its effect on upstate New York? You've seen all these people stranded, including that one entire basketball team?
No, I didn't hear about the basketball. I know the Sharks played last night, and the arena was half empty in Buffalo, and I was wondering how the heck who even went. But what's the basketball team?
So, well, nobody could get anywhere. This team was coming back from a game in Pittsburgh, the Niagara University women's basketball team. So they're about 50 miles away from their town, their university. The bus gets stuck, and hours start going. You know, they're sending the selfies. Finally, it's like they have 6 bottles of water. They're rationing it. 24 hours. Just this morning, they were finally rescued.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, listen, easy to say, but why even think you're going to play a game when it's weather like that? Everybody just stay home.
That's the thing. Now, the Buffalo Bills are playing on Sunday. I'm sure that the stadium I checked has about 4 feet of snow. That'll be cleaned out. But for now, the players are stranded, too. A lot of them are homebound, taking selfies, okay, that look good. But in one case, you know, they're sending out the National Guard to rescue people. This one Buffalo Bills player rescued his neighbors.
Wow. And when you say rescued him, where were they?
Well, okay, so he's a neighbor. This is their kicker, Dan Carpenter. So here he is with the
okay, that guy is, because the first guy looked pretty well built for a kicker.
Okay, but this is the kicker, and he's got a small shovel too. So his neighbors are like 88, 87-year-old couple, and their home is, we're talking just drifts. They can't get out of their home. The old lady goes, I look out the window and I see him, then he disappears, and then about an hour later, there he is with his shovel. He dug through feet and feet of snow, and then he and his wife get to their home. They're like, listen, you know, are you okay? Here's our phone number. Adorable. I mean,
and not being funny, but they just left him in the house, but they just gave him the word that if you need help, we're there.
Absolutely, you got to give him away in and out. And that's the whole thing that happens when you're in these situations where you got 10 feet of snow that's built up. You can't even open your front door.
You know, I wonder sometimes. Don't you think, like if Will Tran was stranded?
Yes.
Would you save him?
Absolutely. I use the ride to the airport test for my friends.
Okay.
Right?
All right. No, I'm playing a little bit, but that's still, you have to get dressed, go out of your house, and think about somebody else. Good for the Buffalo Bills.
And another good story, thinking about somebody else. So the Warriors are going to be on the road all next week for Thanksgiving. I mean, Thanksgiving Day's off, but there's no turkey at home. So they had the Thanksgiving early, and I know you saw this. Adorable. Really, really sweet.
The whole team went.
Yeah.
To a place in San Francisco. And, you know, sometimes these deals, 1 or 2 guys go, and they make sure their publicist alerts everybody. Now, these guys let everybody know, too, you know, the Warriors, that they were going. But nonetheless, to get all the stars, Thompson and Curry and Lee and the coach, see, that, you know, not to drag it back to the poor 49ers, but every time you see a story coming out on the 49ers, it's something negative. You know, about a guy, you know, the Ahmad Brooks,
complaining about
didn't want to go in the game, and all that stuff. And then you see the Warriors. So
I know it.
Yeah, and listen, people right now are laughing at. Or there's certain guys laughing at me saying, "Oh, who cares as long as they win?" But little by little, I'm right about this, Daria. You just as soon support people who you think care about a few other folks.
No, absolutely. Yeah. This goes a long way. And again, it's a likability thing. Did you hear the coach? You know, we were talking about the turnovers, and he goes, I guess I have a turnover problem too because I spilled salad on an 8-year-old. Seriously.
I didn't hear that one.
It was so cute. Steve Kerr, he's like, I dropped salad on her. I have a turnover problem.
Yeah, well, when you're 7-2, it's easier to be funnier as well.
This is true. You have a little lightness. So, and it's rare that you get 48 hours straight, no basketball, and they're back at work today, and then Thursday, and then they'll play Friday.
Yeah, they're real bright, and once again, this is only the first month of the season.
Yeah,
but they're doing all the right things, the Warriors.
And what's got to be the best, craziest haircut ever on the basketball court, and it comes to us from the Philippines. This is a Filipino player. This is a lizard. I mean, forget the guy used to have a mohawk, but he's actually got a lizard haircut.
Yeah.
Look at this. Well, get a look at the back. I love the back shot there. Look at the back. Look on the left.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know how I am, though, Daria? I like these guys that just want to go out and play the game. I don't want to bother them or attract any attention. I won't even talk about that.
No, they mean business. It's all about the business.
He's not looking to have anybody post his picture. He just wants to play ball.
All right, listen, be safe. If you need a ride to the airport or if I have to dig you out in some occasion, I know it's not snowy here, but I will do that for you. Just tweet me.
I'll know you're only one app away.
Okay.
Thank you, Daria.
See you later. Have a good country breakfast.
Thank you.